Good morning, everyone. Welcome back on Daily Crypto Plan. I'm Paul J from Crypto Traders Arena. For new people, if you don't know, it's Friday again. So be careful what you take today. Friday, usually you don't want to load up too much. If you want to have a nice weekend, I don't know how nice will be. Everything is dropping, but well, we'll do our best. Sounds good. Image probably also good. Thank you, Sebastian. Morning, everyone. Once again, let's start with the CME chart. We'll go from there. So, Bitcoin weekly CME chart. We accepted below 2021 all-time high. And unfortunately, what I don't like about this dump is that, okay, doesn't matter how low we dumped here. I don't care about that. Well, we can dump to 50K. I get that. Is dumping, is the FUD, is the this, is that. But I want a real bounce after the dump. My problem is the lack of the bounce in crypto market. We bounced 5K, barely 5K. I don't know if we bounced 5K here. Good thing I see now on CME, if you compare the CME with the classic chart, is that CME is slightly higher. I want a clear bounce here, a strong bounce. If I saw Bitcoin dumping to 60K, okay, no problem, and then bouncing back to 69, 74, almost 80K really fast, I'll say, okay, yeah, we dumped, we cleaned everything up. Someone stepped in and bought Bitcoin. But I don't see too much stepping in at this moment. They want lower? I don't know. They want to destroy everyone, keeping the price low here and destroy Mr. Sailor Moon. People say, well, no, they need to send Bitcoin below 30K to destroy Sailor Moon. I don't think so. I don't think they need to go so low. It's what Sailor Moon is saying, but we had surprises with FTX. We had surprises with the 3 arrows. We had surprises with a lot of things. So don't be surprised if you'll hear bad news. Okay? Yeah, Sailor says minus 8K. And come on. We cannot trust Sailor. Well, what he's saying is true. I think there are some things behind the scene we don't know. Yeah, for public, well, yeah, 8K. For insiders, yeah, you remember someone saying, for example, lately Ethereum will go to 10,000, and for insiders, he said that Ethereum will go to 1,500. The brother of someone else, I don't want to say his name because it's not the point. You remember that? So for his insiders, he said, well, I'm waiting Ethereum at 1,500, or it's possible to get there. And for the public, he said 5K, 10K, I'm buying. Come on. Let's not believe everything what it's... What I don't like here, I said it again. I said it and I'll say it again. I don't like the lack of bounce, the lack of buyer stepping in at this price. And that's telling me an ugly story. Daily. Now on daily you can see, well, we bounced from 60K, 59, bounced a little bit, but the damage has been done. We closed the daily below 69. Now we need something to accept above 69 again. So all the price action here below 69 is damn bearish. Yeah, I'm the guy that last night I stay awake and I try to frame long setups. One failed, the second one failed, break even. The last one, it's in the market already. Some people say, well, it's ugly. Well, people, it's ugly, but it's not because I don't know how to trade or you don't know how to trade. Because the market is ugly and we are really trying to catch falling knives. We didn't supposed to do that. We are trying to outsmart ourselves and be, well, I'm trying to do this. Indeed, the risk reward is good enough. Worth the time and effort to stay in the middle of the night and hunt long setups. But like in this case, the result was disappointing. I was waiting for a really nice bounce. I knew that it's possible to lose the first trade, the second trade. But at some point in time, I wanted to get that bounce, that spring price action. Well, where the fuck is it? Because I don't see it. And this price action scares me. Accepting below 69, which didn't supposed to happen, logically in my mind. Then we touched 59 and we bounced to 55. And, well, you know, I don't like that. That means we can stay here for longer. That means the price action is not as strong as we believe. We reached 65, and if you look at daily, we don't have a fucking bullish divergence here. Yeah. When you reach the support and you reach the area where the market should bounce, well, you should have some bullish divergence, you should have something. Yeah, you can see here, look, for example, here, we dumped here, everyone was bearish, but look at the RSI, for example. You can see bullish divergence, look at MACD, histogram, bullish divergence. Even OBV was looking a lot better, but now, nothing. Look at it. No sign from them that, well, you know, the market is stronger than you see on the price action. No. I don't like that. That means I'll wait. I'll wait more and I'll wait until I'll get clear setups and I'll be extra careful. On the other hand, now I'm enjoying that short from the top. I'm enjoying that hedge. And like I said, I made a plan last night. I'm slowly closing below 69. I'm kind of a dollar cost average. I'm slowly closing that hedge. The lower we go, the more I close. And with the profit I made, I'm buying Bitcoin. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but it's my plan. Okay, so doesn't look nice. Yeah, this is the area of support. This is the area where we should bounce. I just wanted, maybe I have a fake expectation, but I was expecting a nice bounce, something, because it's the first touch. I wanted a clear bounce. After that, after we accept and we stay in this area, it's normal to stay. But the initial touch should be aggressive. No, this time, no. Okay, that's the CME chart. So the price action, what is below 69, for me it's bearish. I will treat 69 level as the level for power of 3 if you know the setup. So I will consider this price action here a deviation. If you know power of 3 setup, if you don't know it, ask ChatGPT or Grook, will tell you, will show you examples even. Don't ask me to do it in a live stream. No? Power of 3, accepting back above this level, breakout, retest, and the retest will be my entry. This is my 2 cents. On higher time frame. On lower time frame, as a day trader, I'll fuck around. Up and down, as much as I want. I could even, if the market will bounce here to 69, 70k, I could consider that, well, it's not real, it's just the dead cat bounce, and I could even short on lower time frame. Hey, Carol. Okay. Classic chart. Well, we have 52% retracement, and not too much until 70% retracement, 78% retracement. I'll be honest, I was expecting a bounce somewhere in here. No bounce. Maybe the news about the island and what they did in 2015 with Bitcoin impacted the market. Some people don't want to deal with Bitcoin anymore. Weekly EMA, yeah. It's around here. 60k, 58k. I know that. I don't use moving average too much, Alex. Yeah. But usually it's not just kissing that one. Usually it's breaking that one and then it's reclaiming. No? I don't like to use moving average. You know that. I prefer to use this one when I want to buy. And look at them. They are really trying to get close again and to get closer and cross this level. Will take time. It's daily chart. Okay, I know will not happen today, but at some point in time, they'll do like they did here. Anyway. Moving average $200 EMA. Let's put that. I'll put the simple one. I don't even know how to put an where are you? Where are you? Let's put 200. Okay. So on daily, well, it's a lot higher. Well, usually in an uptrend, a touch of that line will signal a buy opportunity like here. Now, look what happens. Let's go on weekly like Alex asked. Let's remove the drawings. Yeah. We are still in a bull market or we'll have to, you can see. Usually when it touches that level, Alex, I remembered correctly. Touches that level, is bouncing a little bit, but is staying and touching and kissing and accepting a bit below. It's not that easy. Yeah, here was something, but this was the touch before exponential move. Here we accepted a bit below. Here we stayed at the moving average. So patient. We have a support. I don't trust too much the moving average. If we'll stay here for months, well, this one will close this uptrend, will go sideways. You can see it's already going in that. I don't use moving average too much, people. I'll keep it here just for fun, but I prefer fibs. I prefer my tools. I prefer this study with the days. 1 year down, 3 years up. Bottom should be here at the gap in October. A lot of confluence with 78.6. I don't know what will happen exactly, people. But AB equals CD is almost complete here. Pushing in 50 area. And then maybe we'll get a bounce. But we are talking about get a bounce, get a bounce. Well, to get a bounce, usually we need a W. Usually we need a W at least on daily chart. And I don't see any fucking W for the moment. You can see W's, 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 up, W's. Yems on daily, down. Usually the structure on daily is respected. So give me a W, give me something clear and I'll be more than happy. So far, I decided to dollar cost average, slowly dollar cost average below 69. What is below 69 is good to dollar cost average. The entire year. But slowly, small pieces. If the P cycle bottom will give me a signal, if P cycle will give me a signal, then I'll be more aggressive because that's the best signal to buy Bitcoin. And I'll do it as usual. I will say it here over and over again. Probably not too many people will listen, like every time, but I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, I was blabbing away here about buying the bottom dollar cost average because we are not as smart as we think and we should dollar cost average, not to try to get the bottom. Well, was a smart decision here. I think will be a smart decision now. like I said on CME chart, disappointed for the moment that we didn't have a bounce. Maybe we'll have from now on to bounce here to retest this level and then go lower. I don't know. Institutions make the price action or the chart worse, not better. Who wanted institutions? Well, there you go. You have institutions in crypto. Enjoy yourself. Okay, let's take a look at Ethereum. Dumping below 2000. We said yesterday, well, we can test this level. Well, we are testing that level. But similar for Ethereum like for Bitcoin. Where is the bounce? I don't see it. Where is the W? Here we had some Ws, but here we have to wait for the Ws. Exactly, Menace. I didn't want to say his name, but he, at least Saylor didn't say that Bitcoin will, he didn't said for insider, or we don't know, he said for insider that Bitcoin will go down. And I don't think he anticipated the move because he bought like a lot of Bitcoin at higher prices. But Lee, that motherfucker knew exactly what he did. Was pretty obvious. He made a letter for insiders that he sees Ethereum at 1,500. In the same time, he was yelling on all the televisions that, well, 5K, 10K. It's common practice, I know, but that doesn't make him a good human being or someone you want to listen. Yeah, and Charlie Lee for Litecoin. Exactly, that motherfucker did the same. Sold Litecoin at $400 and said that, well, he wants to be clear-headed and don't have a conflict of interest. And you never saw him from that point. He's enjoying life. Well, it is what it is, people. A lesson for us, put it in your journal. Don't trust these motherfuckers because they are lying. If they open their mouth, that means they are lying. If you trust CZ, you saw what happened. Super cycle. Well, yeah, flip the chart and we have the super cycle. Really super. Look at it. This is the super cycle. He's right. Look at it. He didn't tell us to flip the chart, but it's super. Look at it. Look how strong it is. Come on, people. We are making fun, but it's not funny, to be honest. Not funny because, okay, I don't believe them. I teach all the people that are inside crypto traders. I don't believe these motherfuckers because they are just go against them every time. But a lot of beginners, a lot of the public will just, well, CZ said that. Well, Lee said that. Well, Saylor said that. If Saylor, who represents an institution, represents a big crypto company, will buy Bitcoin at 90K, at 100K, well, I think I should do it. Well, now you enjoy the show. Okay, where I was last time. Ethereum here. No bounce, no clear bounce. I'll go on a 4-hour chart. Let's do a 4-hour chart. Do you see any W on 4-hour chart? No. Do you see at least a 3-bar fractal on 4-hour chart? Also no. Do you have any reason to think that will bounce from here without a W? No. What we have people. We have potential divergences, not enough. Usually we look for setups after we already have confirmed bullish divergence. And here, this is a potential one. Make the difference. I don't want you to, this big one is not confirmed yet. It's potential. If Ethereum will drop lower and will accept below this level, it's gone. It's not there anymore. When will be final? Well, once it closes above this level and confirms this big W, because here we have a low and here we have a lower low, here we have a high and here we have a higher high, okay? After it accepts above this level, that's a confirmed bullish divergence. Doesn't matter what will do after that. We have that divergence. But until then, it's nothing. It's just something that could happen. Similar with MACD histogram. I usually don't. I teach people in Capo 1 exactly how I am framing and how I see the divergence. So it's not a confirmed bullish divergence, not at zero line. No. Here. When you see histogram accepting and printing a candle above this level, you'll know that we have a confirmed bullish divergence on MACD histogram. And only after that, after we have those, we are starting to hunt W's. Yeah? Of course they do, Crypto Yog. Of course they do. They sold that Bitcoin at 120. And now they are buying at 60K. A good deal for them. Good deal for them. They are trading that fund. And I want to be that trader, to manipulate the market, to be insider and know, well, this is the top. Let's sell that fund, and then 50+% lower, I'll go and buy it back with half of the money, and half of the money actually is they are mine, the initial money. No, good deal for them. I'll do the same trick over and over again. The problem is I don't have the power to inside trade and to manipulate the market. So good business for them. They didn't. That fund is their money. Don't kid yourself. Okay. So no divergence, nothing we can do. Let's wait more. On lower time frame we can fuck around. But on 4-hour chart, I didn't say daily, I said 4-hour chart. We don't even have bullish divergence confirmed. I think we don't have an advantage to risk our money here. If you are dollar cost averaging below 2000, below 28, 25, like I did, I got my position full. Well, I'll add a little bit more now for an investment, because if I was okay to buy 2.8 and 2.5 and 2000, it's okay to buy 1.9 to get a bigger position on Ethereum. But I'll do the same with my position. When that overall position will hit the sell half on a double, I'll sell half and I'll get a risk-free position again. And by the way, if I'm dollar cost averaging, that means I'm investing. That means could take 3 to 5 years until I'll get my double. So don't say, well, Paul bought, let's trade. No. Paul bought for the long run. I don't know if will bounce and when will bounce. Okay. I think we should wait at least a 3-bar fractal if we are swing traders. If we are position trader, we should wait for daily W's. We should wait for more, a lot more. Difference between a day trader could go on 5-minute chart, 1 hour, 50-minute chart, and trade up and down, up and down. Dominance. I said it even yesterday, I'm waiting for a drop. Well, it's staying here at the neckline, but it's not dropping. Let's put the daily chart, we'll see better. Dominance dropping will give us an advantage. We'll see our bags pumping, probably. Not all of them, of course not, but some of them. It's still an improvement, no? Ethereum versus Bitcoin, we are still fighting. We are still fighting 0.03. Nothing changed. I still think we'll reach the long reload zone at some point in time, maybe sooner than we think. In this area here. You know what I'll say. Wait in the long reload zone, wait for W's, wait for general setup. Total market cap. We are not fighting 3 trillion anymore, sadly. We are fighting 2 people. 1 trillion disappeared here. It is what it is. Total 3. We'll soon reach 500 billion, seems like. I don't see any W. You can see we swept this liquidity here. Yeah, we have support here, but disappointing, I'll be honest. Give me W's and I'll think about it. Until I'll see W's here, I'm just let it play itself out. Yes. Someone said, well, we lost some levels. Well, we didn't lose some levels. We created an EM. We accepted below this big uptrend line. The next target is a long reload zone and maybe lower. Who the fuck knows? I know a stupid trader that told you to hedge your portfolio if you are trading traditional market, to hedge here. And I said it multiple times. I'm not hedging because I'm not participating in the traditional market. But I said my 2 cents. I'm not trading traditional market, so don't put too much weight on my opinion. My thinking is it's a good idea to hedge here. If you did it or not, it's not up to me. It's up to you. We had clear signs even on weekly that this is too much. But in the same time, the market is not as weak as people expect. Gold. That's how a top on gold looks like, people. Yeah, everyone was asking, well, what kind of volatility are you expecting? Extreme like this. If I put weekly, you'll understand. And the fuck I did here. Okay. Well, exactly. This is the candle I was waiting to call a top on gold. Can you trade this one? Well, not quite. It's too damn violent. Similar for silver. This is the candle I was talking about. Yeah, this is the level, 100 level I was talking about. We even managed to get 120. I sold a bit earlier here. I told you I hate the big fat round numbers and I don't want to wait for them. Here I sold at 80 because it was the first one and I was expecting a lot more. Here I didn't wait for 100. I sold slightly below 100. Here I didn't wait for 120. I sold slightly below that 120 level. And this time was, you can see, if I waited too much, I still have a bit of position. Let's see what will happen. But look at silver. Well, we dropped from $58 and 47% already. And what? Less than 2 weeks? And traditional market people, Peter Schiff and other people saying that crypto is volatile and ugly, and we should invest in gold and we should buy gold and silver. Well, shitcoin. This is shitcoin behavior. Yeah, we made money with it, but look at the chart. That chart yells shitcoin. I was hoping for a bounce in 61.8. No bounce in 61.8. Unfortunately, now we had a new low and we need to adapt that. We'll manage to retest from underside to retest the $100 level. Well, that will be a gift for us. Will give us an entry for a short. Similar on gold. Yeah, similar on gold. If we'll bounce here in the short reload zone and we'll see an EM on lower time frame, that will be something nice. I don't know if it will happen, but if it will happen, I'm more than okay to hunt a short here. Here, no. I don't want to long and I don't want to short. Copper was looking better, but now is not looking better. It's looking actually uglier than the rest. Why? Well, shoulder, head, shoulder. Even with some bearish divergence here. Yeah. So it's not looking better now. Maybe I was wrong and I was expecting too much from the copper industry or from the copper itself. It's not looking better. I changed my mind. Gold versus silver on daily. Well, is this a W? Yeah, even if it's a W, it's ugly. But it's a clear signal that I should expect a bottom around here on this one. We don't know. We don't see the future. We don't have 100% calls. That's why we are using risk management. I'm expecting a bottom somewhere in here in the long reload zone. The best case scenario was at 30 ounces. Now we're double that price. But we are in the long reload zone. I think we'll fuck around a little bit more and create a W. If I'll see a clear W, I'll just manually close the silver trade and I'll be back trading silver probably 10-15 years from now. Okay, oil, like everyone said that because Venezuela will go down, well, Venezuela or without Venezuela, I see W's and I see cup and handles and I see strength here. DXY, don't panic, it's in a range. We said that. It is what it is, people. I blobbed away too much, half an hour, about the overall market. We had a big drop, so that took me some time to tell you my 2 cents. Today, we have Michigan consumer sentiment. Careful. 5 p.m. my time. That means exactly in the middle, 1 hour after we start the New York live stream. Okay? Half an hour after the stock market opening. Not the session, not the New York session. The stock market opening. Half an hour after the stock market opening, we have this one. Okay, let's go on lower time frame. I was waiting for bounces. I was waiting for reclaim back in the Monday range. Well, no reclaim. It's all we got here. Okay, we had some shorts here in the top, but unfortunately we closed them too early. I'll be honest, people, I was expecting a bounce from 69. I didn't expect market to go as deep as fast, but usually that's the case. The market does whatever it wants. Yeah. So on Binance chart, we touched $59,800. That's more than 50%, people, than from the top. So, you know, again, 50%, kind of. Do we have a clear setup here? Well, I traded this spin bar, this, I don't know if you can call it a hammer. You can, yeah. But I don't see a clear W. We can, in the London session, go even lower, or New York session go even lower, retest this overnight low, yes. The bounce is pathetic here. The initial bounce, the first hour from the bottom is what? 3.5k. That's not a strong bounce. And you can see we are trying to push higher, but actually is not as strong as we want. Well, you are entitled to your own opinion, Prof. Drit. But why you didn't say that crypto is done at 127? You were telling me that crypto is done close to the bottom. Well, if you think it's done, well, get outside of crypto market and enjoy the show. Yeah? Maybe you're right, maybe you're not. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, your opinion has the same value like my opinion. 2 cents. Show me a setup. Show me something better than your opinion. Could be. If you said Bitcoin is done, I'll say, well, okay. If you say that crypto is done, I can't be on the same page with you. Crypto has an agenda. So someone has an agenda with crypto. A lot of things can be done with crypto. But yeah, you're entitled to your opinion. Why not? Okay, so swing high, swing low, waiting for something better, something clearer here. I have this long. Don't get me wrong. I took this long. I stayed in the middle of the fucking night and I took this long. I'm not risk-free already. I want 1-to-1. But I see the weakness. Yeah, it's here. It's obvious. The weakness is here, and I'm prepared to take the loss. Was a 0.5 risk. Don't think I bet the house for this long. No, 0.5. Small, steady. If the bounce was strong enough and I'll get, for example, from here higher and I'll get a 5R, well, 0.5 is 2.5 or 5R is 2.5% from my portfolio. Well, I'll take that every day. But let's wait. Let's wait and see what will happen in the London session and then the New York session. So far, disappointing. So far. So, if we'll get here in the short reload zone, like I said, if we'll pump here, I'll be forced, because if I look left, I see resistance, I'll be forced to stay with the trend. So, bounce and then short. Ethereum, even weaker. Capua, 2 people. Remember this. Let's put 4-hour chart. You'll see it better. Soon enough, we'll talk about the range game. Couple of weeks from now. 4 weeks. This is a downtrend. Okay? But look at this range, and then I clone this range below, and look at this range. Was respected? We can use that as an example for that lesson. Because even if we have an uptrend or a downtrend, we can use the range game to trade in the market and make money. And for the public, well, study this, what we have here. This was a range, we accepted below, I cloned the range, put it below, and was well respected. Well respected middle of the range, well respected bottom of the range. So projecting one range above or below the other one could work if you know what you are doing. And you can still call yourself a range trader. Okay, now, what we can do here, similar as on Bitcoin. Yeah, give me W's, give me something. Here, at least on 4-hour chart on RSI, we have a confirmed bullish divergence. Let's see if it's a bullish divergence. Yeah, it is. On RSI. OBV, no. So, if I'll see in this area, between 2000 and 1500, I'll see a clear W with bullish divergence. Breakout and retest, I'll be more than happy to play along. But until then, catching falling knives is not for swing traders or position traders. Catching falling knives is for day traders, for scalpers, because they could frame setups on 5-minute time frame. Okay. So that's Ethereum, that's Bitcoin. Shitcoins, holding pretty acceptable, people. Look at us there. It's still at that level. We dumped really nicely when we recover. They recover a lot faster. For the moment, at least. Don't go and buy it here, because you can see we are reaching resistance. But if we'll retest this level and we'll form a W, well, Aster, Hype are looking stronger than the rest. You noticed the last couple of days? Hype is leading, but Aster is following. Hype is strong. I said don't chase it, because it's never a good idea to chase. But it's relatively strong. Don't chase here. Wait for a long reload zone. Or if you see that is starting to form an uptrend, take the holy grail, go on 50-minute chart and try to get an entry. At least for the moment. I will invest in Hype at $30. Fuck no. I invested in Hype at $10. I don't need to invest at $30. If we'll come back down close to that level, maybe. So shitcoins here, you can see some of them. I cannot complain about shitcoins. To see what shitcoins will do, it's pretty simple in my view. I don't use USDT dominance, USDC dominance. No, I'm using Bitcoin dominance. And you can see it. I don't see, in a dump usually the dominance is growing. This time we dump like crazy, but dominance is falling. Something is off, something is changing. I don't know what kind of altcoin season we can have, but look at the dominance. If we'll accept below this level and we'll dump, we'll have something on altcoins, on some altcoins. Hopefully some of my bags will pump and I'll make money. Okay, let's go back here. Yesterday, I think some Carol asked me about a coin. Was looking nice. Monad is looking acceptable. Where is Monad? Yeah. Swap the lows here. Wait for W's. Wait for something. Yeah. Making lower lows, but look at the RSI. OBV is terrible. When I see that OBV, I have the tendency to just remove this one from here. People, my thinking on altcoins is similar like yesterday. Give me W's. No W, no W, no W. No W, no trade. It's that simple. W, what W means, what W stands for? Double bottom. How we reverse from a downtrend to a range or from a downtrend to an uptrend? With a double bottom usually. Double bottom or triple bottom. Triple bottom usually it's an inverse head and shoulder. But for the moment I don't see double bottom and I don't see triple bottom. I see just a wick down untested. So when I'll say I'm watching for W's, that means I'm waiting for the market to create the bottom. Make a double bottom, do a breakout, and then I'll have a window of risk where I could enter. It's not so hard, it's not complicated. People are asking what is a W? Well, double bottom. What is a correct double bottom? Well, you don't want to have equal lows. You want to have a higher low on the second dump. Something like this will form a clear W or double bottom. You want this leg higher, not equal lows. That means weakness. If it's this, then it's not a double bottom anymore. But something like this, 61% retracement from the bounce, and then up, this is the neckline of the W, this is the entry, usually, safe entry to enter here. Either you enter a breakout or a retest. So it's not something fancy. It's not something, well, I own the W and I'm the only one knowing about. It's double bottom. Simple as that. Triple bottom usually means something like this. Okay? So you have one low, then you have a lower low, sweep the liquidity, then you have a bounce. You want to see the at the same level, the neckline at the same level. And then you have this shoulder slightly higher than this one, or doesn't have to be lower. And you are trying to enter here or at the neckline. Everyone should know these patterns. It's not something, well, only Paul J could teach you. The problem is you don't have the patience to wait for this pattern. And even if you wait for this pattern, you are risking too much. You don't respect the risk management. I'm blabbing away here 0.5 and 1%. And people are telling me, well, no, you know, I have a small portfolio and I'm risking 2%, 5%. And what do you think? I'm stupid? Why do you think I use lower? Because I'm stupid? Do you think I'm so stupid that I don't want to make money? Why do you think I use 0.5 and 1%? Even if you think you are a better trader than me, you should respect that risk management. Imagine why the fuck Paul J and Stefan are using 0.5 and 1% for trades and they are not using 5% or 2% or 3%. Well, if you do couple one, you'll understand because I'm explaining there why. What is the logic of me using 0.5 and 1%? And for some swings, max 2%. Because it's a logic, a clear logic behind that. But even if you are not doing the programs, you are just a follower on YouTube. Just think about that. Well, why the fuck Paul is using 1%? He's stupid. He doesn't want to make money. Why is he using so low? Only one. Ask yourself. And if you want an answer and you don't have the answer from me, well, ask ChatGPT or ask Grook. If you are so lazy to even ask an AI to give you, I don't know, to spoon feed you, then sorry, nothing I can do. If you do couple one, I'll explain in couple one exactly why we are using. We have the equity simulator. I'll show you the drawdown on everything and you'll understand. And after you understand, you'll know, well, that's the reason we are using 1%. If you are using more than 2%, people, 2%, usually, you trade, you risk more than 2%, you don't really stand a chance in this market. And if you are using 5%, you are damned. If you are using 5%, I could guarantee you 99% of the time that in time you'll lose your portfolio. Good luck, do whatever you want. But 5%, it's just too much. 2% is really big. What is above 2%, it's just asking for trouble, asking to be liquidated, asking to lose your portfolio. And you'll say no because, well, see you in a couple of months, couple of years, and you'll understand. Yeah. The drawdown is so big, and people don't understand the drawdown. Well, if you have a drawdown of 50%, you have to double your account. Work with numbers, you'll understand. If you are using, like me, a system with 50% win rate and 2-to-1 risk to reward, or 3-to-1 risk to reward, but let's say 2-to-1 risk to reward, you will see that you can get even 10 or 12 stop losses in a row. If you are using 5% per trade, you just lost. You have probability to lose more than 50% from your account at any point in time. Good luck with that system. Okay. So on shitcoins, I want W's. I don't want up and down. I want W's. Show me clear W's. Yeah. What a week like this or a tail like this could tell you the bounce here? Well, this one probably it's a bit stronger than the rest. You can see the bounce is stronger. So we hunt these kind of strong bounces to make a short list and maybe be more aggressive. But it's not enough for us to trade here. Okay? To take requests, everything looks the same. Your shitcoin is as bad as the rest of the shitcoins. Okay? The market is evolving. The market is crypto market is becoming worse, not better, because of institutions. Will not be any difference from now on from crypto to traditional market. How they focus on traditional market, they will do it. They will do the same on crypto. What they will take from crypto is they will make it 24 hours trade. They will move the traditional market to be open every day of the week. It will be 24 by 24, 7 by 7. Okay, and they all tokenize with crypto. That's why I'm saying crypto has a future, has multiple use cases. Yeah. So crypto is not over. Bitcoin could be over. Well, if the news with Epstein and those guys and those developers get some traction and is proved right, tell me what big investor like Elon Musk wants to participate in that story anymore. They don't know how to get rid of it, how to be left alone and don't be associated with that island. So they will not touch anything that has any connection with that guy. Not because they don't like it, just because the public will punish them. Prepare for the worst. Yeah? Hope for the best. Avant. Let's take a look at Avant. Yeah? We have a nice location here. We swept all the liquidity here, Alex. Thank you. Yeah, that's looking nice. Look at it. We took all the liquidity here. Someone had some limit order. Someone stepped in and said, well, no. No, don't stay below this level. Push back up. We have a W? Not quite. Could be just a dead cat bounce. The orders here was just couple of them and the market will accept below? Possible. Possible. In a real bear market, usually in a bear market, we lose this low. So, for example, if Bitcoin will reach 40K in a couple of weeks or months, do you think this one will stay above or will accept below? The problem is that on the higher time frame, we want this one to range, to have a long range channel. As a trade, like Alex is suggesting here, yeah, give me a W and I'll take a bounce. I could make some money. I could even get a double here. I bought, I don't know, 70 cents, 17, and then I sold, let's say 40 cents, let's say 20 with 40. I sold half on a double. I have a risk-free position. But is this in a bull market? No. This will bounce, even swapping the lows at some point in time, some highs here. But to be a bullish again, to test the highs, we have some work to do here. And altcoins are looking similar. I'm hoping for a bounce to get some exit on some shitcoins, to sell half on a double on some of my bags. But I'm hoping for the altcoin season. No. This time, guys like Trump extracted the money before they reached altcoins. We had money in the crypto market, but they become so good at extracting the money that we didn't stand a chance. And we have to adapt for the next cycle. Yeah. So if you want to stay in crypto or to stay in the market, learn how to trade. By the way, Capo One people, this Friday we have the first live stream. After this live stream, I'll close the registration completely. Yeah, this is the introduction week. You have some documents. I'll talk about the program. We'll discuss some aspects we need to know for the next 4 months. But starting with next week, we are getting to make plans and talk about probabilities. So I will close the registration for Capo 1 and Capo 2. Okay. Well, for the moment, for some exception for some people. I'm not accepting people that they are not already on Discord, they are not already known by me. Okay. I have some people that they DM me and they just let it be. They didn't said anything after that. Maybe some of them they'll have a chance to enter. But we have the number to start. We started already. Late registration will close after the live stream. I already did the Capua 2 live stream Wednesday, the first one. Okay, people. Shitcoins, more shitcoins. I look at Alex shitcoin. It's looking nice, Alex. It's not looking bad for a bounce. Give me a double. Please give me a double here. Or a 3-bar fractal on daily. But what I said about Bitcoin, this bounce is weak. It's what I don't like. Even on Aster, the bounce is there, but it's weak. It's stronger than the rest of shitcoins, but it's still not strong enough. Maybe that will change, and maybe we'll have W's, and maybe we'll do a mini altcoin season. Who knows? But how do we know? We are hunting W's. And I explained you earlier what a W means. Yeah, I explained you earlier why you should hunt W's or inverse head and shoulders, double bottom or triple bottom. That's how you go from a downtrend to an uptrend. Multiple ones, SSP, multiple ones. Swap the liquidity, swap the lows. It's okay for a bounce, but Alex knows better. Swapping the liquidity actually for the long run means that after the bounce will cool off and will retest that low freshly created over and over again, and actually it's painful. Alex knows that. Alex participated in the last two bull markets. He knows that here is probable to have a bounce, but after the bounce, we can come back down here and retest this low over and over again. So he'll play a setup, he'll try to get risk-free, and then if it's risk-free, we'll reload at these lows or even lower. Well, I blabbed away for 1 fucking hour, people. I don't know if I give you any value. When the market is dumping, if you are not a day trader, stay out and wait for higher time frame reversal. Wait for W's on 4-hour daily. Don't try to catch falling knives. I know most of you are not able to day trade. You can have a different opinion about you, but well, look at the results you have when the market is dropping or is pumping like crazy. You're getting a lot of wins. You have a journal to know that you are good enough to play on lower time frame. If you don't have, don't fuck around in these conditions, because you see the volatility is bigger and bigger, uglier and uglier. Stay on higher time frame. Don't try to be what you are not ready for. Yeah, I know everyone thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. I know everyone thinks, well, for me it's different, I'm the best trader. I know that. I was thinking the same. But I learned the lesson on the hard way, really hard way, the last cycles. So I'm not telling you stories. I lost some zeros last cycle. A lot of them. If you listen or not, is not up to me. I learned my lesson. The market humbled me. So now I'm just a stupid trader that I'm playing my edge in the market. I'm making money. Doesn't matter if it's bull, if it's bear. Making a bit of money. Live a nice life. I don't even want to be the best. I don't want to be called the best. I just want to participate in the market and make my living from the market. That's it. Okay, enough blabbing away. See you people Monday morning in the weekly crypto review. I'm really curious how the market will look Monday morning. How the weekly will close, what will happen until then. See you.